As it stands now, the relationship between Nigerian music star Tuface and Natasha is reportedly facing a major crisis, with the couple said to have gone from living together to barely speaking, and what began as an argument at home allegedly escalating into a dramatic confrontation at a club opening in Abuja. But how exactly did things get this bad? The trouble started weeks ago when Tuface and Natasha reportedly had a serious disagreement at home. Like many couples, the argument allegedly became heated, but what happened next changed everything. Tuface reportedly became angry, left the house, and did not return. At first, Natasha apparently believed this was simply one of those situations where a man storms out, cools down somewhere, and eventually comes back home when his anger has reduced. But this time, the expected comeback did not happen. The following day came and Tuface was still nowhere to be found. Then another day passed. What initially looked like a temporary disagreement reportedly stretched into a full week, and this was where the situation became serious. Natasha picked up her phone and called Tuface, expecting the conversation to clear things up. Instead, the conversation turned into another argument, and Tuface then told her that he was no longer interested in continuing the marriage before ending the call. Just like that, not during a family meeting, it happened over the phone. And Natasha was reportedly shocked. She called him back, but he refused to answer. She kept calling, hoping he eventually pick up, but instead, the calls continued going unanswered until Tuface allegedly blocked her number. That move changed the entire situation, because being ignored is one thing, being blocked by the person you are trying to reach is another level entirely. At that point, Natasha was no longer simply waiting for her husband to return home. She began trying to find out where he was, and apparently, finding Tuface was not as easy as finding somebody who owes you money. She began asking people around him for information and trying to establish where he had been staying. The search allegedly extended across Abuja and Lagos as she tried to locate him. But despite the calls, questions, and attempts to find out his whereabouts, she could not get the answer she wanted. Then came the information that changed everything. Natasha learned that Tuface's longtime friend and music colleague, Faze, was preparing to open a club in Abuja. More importantly, she discovered that Tuface was not only expected to attend the event, he was also booked to perform at the event. The moment Natasha learned where Tuface would be, the search was over. She knew the location, she knew the date, and she knew there was only one place he was likely to be that night. On the club opening day, Friday, August 7, Natasha decided to show up at the event without informing Tuface beforehand. She arrived uninvited, and perhaps because she believed he might refuse to live with her voluntarily, she came with a large group of men. And this is where the story went from relationship drama to something that could easily pass for a Nollywood action scene. Natasha arrived at the venue with around 20 men and demanded to see Tuface. Her alleged objective was simple. She wanted to speak with her husband, but the people controlling access to the venue refused to let her in. That was when things became heated. There was an argument at the entrance, with Natasha insisting that she needed to see Tuface, while security personnel refused to allow her through. And Nigerians know how quickly a simple disagreement at the gate can become a community meeting. Before you know it, the security guard has become chairman of the meeting. Tuface eventually came out after becoming aware of the situation. Rather than allowing the confrontation at the entrance to continue, he agreed to speak with Natasha and took her somewhere quieter within the venue. And surprisingly, the two sat and talked. They talked about what happened. They talked about their relationship. They also talked about the disagreement that had pushed them apart. And things appeared to be going well. So well, in fact, that Tuface allowed Natasha into the club and the two remained together for much of the event. At this point, anyone following the story might have thought the crisis was finally over. Maybe the relationship was about to receive the most unexpected Nigerian reconciliation of the year. But the night was not finished. After the event, Natasha wanted Tuface to live with her and return home. That was where the disagreement resurfaced. According to an eyewitness, Tuface refused. He maintained that his decision had not changed and that he was still finished with the relationship. He made it clear that he was not going to follow her back to the house, and that became the breaking point. Imagine, after spending hours searching for him, traveling to the venue, getting through the initial confrontation, and finally having a conversation with him, Natasha found herself facing the same answer she had been trying to avoid. She then called on the men who had accompanied her to the venue. What happened next reportedly created chaos outside the club. The men attempted to force Tuface towards her car, but security personnel and people around the singer intervened. The situation became disorderly, and with people rushing to separate those involved and prevent the confrontation from escalating further. Eventually, police were called to the scene. According to eyewitness, some of the men who had accompanied Natasha were arrested by the police officers who arrived at the venue. Meanwhile, Tuface was taken away from the area by his manager, who drove him away from the scene. Natasha, on the other hand, remained outside for some time, visibly upset and shouting before eventually leaving.
I need this car out of this. This car no go to play. That's all. I would that's all. That's all. Why they want to lie? You don't come. If I do not like that, I play today like this. I swear today. I don't care about you. What is my body? Give me body. What is your hand? All this you want to deflect everything for you.
After the incident, the couple unfollowed each other on social media. And just like that, what started as an argument between a couple had turned into a dramatic late-night scene involving security personnel, police, friends, managers, and group of men outside a newly opened club. But here is where the story becomes even more complicated. The bigger question is not simply what happened at the club. The bigger question is why the relationship reached a point where one partner was reportedly searching across two major cities in Nigeria for the other, why the other had decided to end the relationship and cut off communication. That is the part that deserves attention, because whatever happened between them before Tuface left the house appears to have created a much deeper fracture than an ordinary disagreement. There is also a question of what happens after a relationship reached this stage. If one person has clearly decided to leave, can the other person force a conversation, a meeting, or a reconciliation? Or does the relationship reach a point where both parties have to accept that the other person has made a decision? And then there is the public dimension. Tuface is not an ordinary private citizen. His relationships have always attracted enormous public interest. And once something happens at a public venue, keeping it private becomes almost impossible. Before this video comes to an end, make sure you don't miss what's coming next. Right here on your screen, there is a video ready for you to watch, and trust me, you don't want to skip it. Just click on it. Yes, go ahead and tap it so you can jump into the next video right now. Don't wait until this video ends, because if this video ends, it's gonna go away. Click on it right now and I will see you in the next video.